What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Today's guest, well, first of all, welcome to the Parker Daniel Show. Today's guest is a gentleman from the great state of Tennessee. Before I go any further, I want to say that the track that you're in the background has been provided to us by AOG off the West Coast. Y'all need to go check him out. He has some songs out and stuff like that, man. It's pretty dope individual. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. This young man's name is Rick. Rick lost his sight later on in life, and he will explain to us how, give us the terminology for it. He does, however, have some color and light perception. Ricky is also the proud father of a 7-month-old girl. So this ought to be interesting because he's going to give us his experience as a first-time blind father. So without delaying any further, I'd like to bring on all the way from what, Nashville, Tennessee?
Clarksville,
Tennessee. My man, Ricky. What's up, man?
What's going on, dog, man? Appreciate you having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
All right, man. I appreciate it. This is your show, man. This ain't mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this. I'm working for you, baby. Clarks. What name something that came out of? Was it Clarksville, Tennessee? Any famous?
Wilma Rudolph, dog.
Wilma Rudolph. Okay, yeah, the Trackster. Okay, all right. That's what's up.
Yeah, Black History, man. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's jump into the video. Explain to the people about your eye condition, as well as it was a name that you had given me earlier. I couldn't pronounce. I'm gonna let you do it, and let the people know when did you lose your sight, and just give us some a little background history about that, if you mind. Don't mind.
About I probably say 3 to 4 years ago, I started having like little symptoms with my eyes. Nothing major that would make you think that something like this would happen, and they diagnosed me with something called uveitis. I think they said posterior uveitis, something in the back of the eye, like inflammation in the eyes. And it just progressed. I took drops and stuff like that, but it just progressed into a lot of more minor problems, and then progressively lost my sight.
Okay. How old were you then when you lost it? You remember?
2017, September 2017, they deemed me legally blind. And then last year, I got the news I was having my baby in January, and by the time I had her in September, my sight had pretty much got to the point where it is now.
Okay. So you were in your 20s?
Yeah, I turned 25 Sunday. So.
Okay. Okay. All right. Wish you a happy early birthday. Prior to losing your sight, what were you doing? Working? Just and let the people know about what was happening in your life prior to that.
Man, I was working. I've been working since I was 18, working at different types of jobs. When I moved to Indianapolis, Indiana, when I was like 19, 20, and I've been working in the warehouse industry, and I was actually going to school at Ivy Tech Community College to get some sort of a warehouse degree to try to move up the chains in that industry because I was kind of liking that type of
damn, this was a big like a life changer for you, huh?
Man, very traumatic. Like I was actually in school and I had to withdraw from school. When it's crazy because my sight, I was mostly blind in one eye for a long time, and then I was going to school one morning, and I dropped my girlfriend off at work. She worked downtown, and I went to school right down the street. And on the way to school, my eyes went black on me. I remember, and I had to pull over and call somebody, and it was pretty crazy.
Man, the weird thing about this, you're like the third person that I've spoken with that had that happen to them. They were riding along. As a matter of fact, the guy who I'm playing the track for, he was riding in the car, and he had to pull over because his eyes had went black, or his sight, he couldn't see anymore, so he had to pull over to the side while he was driving and whatnot. So man, that's it's a dangerous situation. So knowing that this was a big changer for you, what now are you having to do to make adjustments in your life as far as being a visually impaired person? What things are you doing now that you have to make preparations for? Or are you doing differently?
Well, the good thing I think is the mindset I had with it, because like I said, I was losing one eye, then it spread to the other, and then it started progressing like that. So I kind of figured like it was gonna go in that direction. So I started to do certain things like I started to look into like resources, different types of things. Like I had to stop working, so I had to apply for like benefits like, ahead of time. Been looking at different like uh, standards for the blind or visually impaired to try to adapt to a new lifestyle. You know, I can't drive or do other things that I used to do, so I have to try to figure out a new way to do everything.
Okay, so as far as support from like family members and things of the nature, are you receiving a great deal of support, or are people just like, man, look, you're on your own, Chief?
To be honest, I've been on my own since I was like 18. I had a rough upbringing, kind of, sort of. I was like, I went to stay with my uncle and aunt when I was like 13, and God bless them, they helped me a lot. But when I got 18, I pretty much was on my own. And this is like my coming out, actually, because I think a lot of family going to see this, because I'm going to share it. A lot of my family know that this has happened, because I don't really talk to a lot of my family. A few cousins, they do know. I talk to them very around, sometimes. But yeah, this is going to be like a coming out,
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, make sure we keep that coming out on the blind people coming out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, blind, not no other side.
So, well, you have been receiving a little support, like you say you got your girl. She's on your team and whatnot. So that's a great deal. I've talked with people in the past, and you tell me if this has happened with you, that they have gone blind. They've had friends or so-called friends while they were sighted because they were doing a lot of things. But once they end up becoming blind or went blind, their friends weren't around anymore. Did that ever happen to you?
That's facts, man. Like I said, I was going to school. We was going out to eat after school every week, and after every Friday we go and hang out. Like, man, I probably got one friend that I call now, like, that I really, really pull up and hang out, because you meet people in the car and stuff. And when my sight started going down, man, everything got lonely for me. It just basically was my girlfriend, and her immediate family.
Man, well, you know why people do that? I know, so why do you think that's because I mean, if you're gonna be real, you're gonna be real. Why do you think they're just leeches, or they just was, why do you think they do that?
I don't even think it's about leeches. I just think that people sometimes, people sometimes don't understand what's going on, and sometimes if it don't affect you, you really don't care.
Right.
So that's something that I actually had to tackle. Like, I never really cared about the blind community or anything about visual impairment until it happened to me. And then, I've been to it now. I'm in a lot of different groups and resources, the NFB, a lot of different things, trying to delve into it. But, people don't really care if it don't affect them. That's what I really try to
That's a good point. That's really a good point to say that, you really it didn't really bother you, consider the fact that it didn't have, it wasn't affecting you because you weren't a blind person. So therefore, but now it's a different change and whatnot. And speaking of changes, you are a father. How is it as a visually impaired? I don't really like keep using the word blind because it sounds so like negative, but visually impaired father, how is it now?
Yeah, I like visually impaired too, because people say blind, they think you just see black.
Right.
But man, I'm a first time parent and adapting to that, so it's two different big adaptations. I like it, man. I mean, it's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you can kind of get down just thinking about what you're gonna miss, but I've learned that you're really not gonna miss much, because you can do everything, almost everything. You just have to do it a certain way. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying everything, adapting to everything. Taking it as a great experience,
Well, kudos to you, because I got a 4-year-old, and eventually, right now he's understanding the concept of me not being able to see. Yeah. But he's created certain remedies that he can come up with that'll help me see, like, I don't know, some crazy stuff. I can't recall it, but it'll be some crazy stuff to help me. But he just don't know. But eventually, it's a learning experience, and you definitely become more in tune, and they definitely got your back because they understand at some point that you can't see. So I wish you the best of luck. So you've developed techniques that'll help you raise the little girl, your little girl.
Like I say, she'll turn 7 months next week. So I mean, she's just a baby. But even now, I see things just like when I'm putting a bottle in her mouth. She getting to where she hold her own bottle. So if I put the bottle close to her ear, she'll turn that big head.
And get it. Yeah.
She helped me. She don't even know she helped me, but she helped me as time goes by. right now. So,
man, I'm glad to have you on here because I like your attitude about this situation because I've run into people who are really depressed, and me personally, I lost my sight when I was young, so I can't relate, but those individuals who lost their sight later on in life, man, I mean, I give y'all props, man, because that's a hard thing to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, as far as coming on here and speaking of your situation, what did you hope to actually accomplish or try to? What points did you want to try to get across, or were you trying to get across, or
trying to get across that this is something that needs to be talked about more often. Like I think I told you in another conversation how people are starting to talk about more things like mental health and other aspects. Visual impairment is something big. It affects a lot of people, and the depression and the other things that go with it are huge. Like I was depressed for a minute. Like I can't even lie to you, man. Like going from working and making this much money and then having to resort to this much money, it's a whole lifestyle change. And people need to have the information, and people need to be inspired and need to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get over. It's a really hard thing to adapt to, losing your sight after you had it for years, and then there it goes. It's really hard. But people need to know the light on the other side. Even though you're losing your sight, life still goes on. That's the message I really want to keep pushing.
Well, you've definitely shared what I want. What I'm glad that you were able to share, and that's the both sides, and also to give us the really true understanding of what it's like to have lost your sight and whatnot. So in conclusion, do you have any supporting advice, anything like that, for individuals who are going through the situation in which you are going through, to keep their head up? Any type of advice that you can give them?
Man, you got to make a plan, and you got to execute. You can't. I don't lie, wallow for a little bit. I was depressed, but you got to get up. You got to pull yourself up. You got a phone. If you know how to use it, man, make 10 phone calls a day. Even if it's just random phone calls, just find your resources. You gotta use all your resources, and you gotta make a plan and keep going. You can't stand still because you already got things held against you, and now being visually impaired is another one. You gotta be proactive with stuff, not reactive. You gotta keep moving.
That's what's up, man. I can't really say no more, man. For real, I'm really glad that you come on and you shared your story and whatnot. So, by that being said, I'm gonna let you end it by telling everybody to support the Parker Daniel Show and why they should.
Yeah, Parker Daniel Show. Everybody need to check out the Parker/Daniel Show on YouTube. Great show. I've been looking at different things on the internet, trying to find things that relate to me, and this is good for people that can't see and can't see to understand the ins and outs of somebody going through something like this. It'll help people be more compassionate. It'll help those people that don't understand that leave when it happens to stick around and help out their brother, their sister. It's a great platform, brother. I really, really appreciate it, man.
Thanks. And it also helps to have a great supporting cast. And I want to thank your girlfriend for assisting us in this endeavor. And like I said, once we blow up and once this thing blow up, the check is in the mail. But thanks. Man. Any final words before we go?
Say what?
Any final words?
Man, shout out to you, man. Great platform, great show. Shout out to everybody back home in the city. And doing your thing on the show, man. Hope we can do a part 2, talk about something else,
Okay. Well, I'm glad to have you, man. And you take it easy. And if there's anything that I can do for you, hit me up, man.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right.
All right. So there you have it, my man Rick giving his stories. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We got some giveaways coming soon, some prizes, things like that.